Hi my dear friends, welcome back to another Python tutorial class, and in this class we are going to check on some operations on strings. Okay, now first of all this is a very important operator which is known as your ternary operator. Okay, ternary operator. Let us go through some basic points about it. Number one, it utilizes three operands. It utilizes three operands. Second point is when the condition is true, then first expression is the outcome. Please remember this. When the condition is true, then the first expression is the outcome. Then the next point is when when the condition is false, then second expression is the outcome. Okay, let's understand this by an example. Test whether a number taken is even or odd. So you'll have to take a number and then check whether the number is even or odd. So let us declare this variable x, and x is equals to 10. 10 we definitely know it is an even number. Even number means divisible by 2. Odd number means it is not divisible by 2. Okay. So let us use this ternary operator to check whether this number 10 is even or odd. Print even if a mod x mod 2 equal to 0, else print odd. So what I'm trying to do here is, first of all, there are three operands here. First operand is this one, print even. Then the second operand is this one, x mod 2 equal to 0. This is the second operand. And then this is the third operand, which is your print odd. Okay, so three operands we have here. So that's why overall it becomes a ternary operator having three operands. Print even is the first operand. Then this one, x mod 2 equal to 0 is the second operand. Print odd becomes your third operand. Inside x, what you have? You have 10. Now we know that this percentage sign is actually used for modulo operation, and modulo operation shall always give you the remainder. So when a number is divided by, suppose here the number is the number here is 10. Here we have the variable x. Inside x, what we have? Inside x variable, we have the value 10. So 10 mod 2. 10 mod 2, what will be the remainder? It will be 0. 10 is divisible by 2. So the remainder will be 0. So this x mod 2 means 10 mod 2, which is nothing but your 0. So this 0 is equals to 0. Yes, the condition is true. And we know that when the condition is true, then we have the first operand. So first operand is print even. So even should be printed. Now, if x would have been some any odd number, then that odd number wouldn't have been divisible by 2. So in that case, x mod 2 would have been any other value. Then in that case, x mod 2 would have been a non-zero value. Suppose 1. So 1 equals to 0. 1 equals to 0. No, the condition is false, and in case of false condition, the third operand is taken into consideration. That means print odd, so odd would have been printed. But in our case, the number is even, which is 10, so even should be printed. So here you go, in the output console, even is printed. So internally what happens here? Print even, this is the first operand, so even will be printed if this particular condition is true. Okay, and if this particular condition is not true, then we have to use this else keyword, else, then go for the third operand, which is print odd, and odd should have been printed in case the number would have been some odd number. Okay, so internally what happens? X is 10. 10 modulo 2. 10 modulo 2 means internally 10 divided by 2, remainder is 0. So x mod 2 is nothing but your 0. It is then compared with this equality operator. It is then compared, thanks to this equality operator, compared with what? Compared with 0. So here we have internally 0, and 0 equal to 0. Yes, so my condition is true. So print even if x mod 2 equal to 0. So if condition is true, then we go for the first operand and even is printed. Otherwise, if the condition is false, then go for the third operand, which is nothing but print odd, and odd would have been printed, and that's why I have to use the else. If the condition is true, then go for the first operand, else go for the third operand, which is your print odd. So let us check for an odd number. Like for example, I take here 11. Okay, now here it should print odd, and you see in the output console odd is printed because internally what happens? X is what? 11. 11 mod 2. So it will give you the remainder. 11 mod 2 means internally, first of all, 11 will be divided by 2, and 11 divided by 2 means in the quotient we get 5. 2 fives are 10, so 10 comes below 11. 11 minus 10 is 1. So 1 is the remainder. So x mod 2 will give you the remainder. X mod 2 will always give you the remainder. What is the remainder here? It is 1. Now 1 is compared with 0 thanks to this equality operator. 1 equal to 0? No. 1 is something, 0 is something else. 1 equal to 0? No, it is not possible. It is false. So my condition is false. Hence, when the condition is false, then it goes for this third operand, which is print odd, and that's why odd is printed. Okay. So that's why it is written here. If this condition is true, then go for the first operand, else go for the third operand. Okay. Then we have some basic operations on strings. The most important operations that we perform on strings are length operation, concatenation operation, repetition operation, indexing, and then slicing. These are the five operations that we perform on a string. What are those again? Length, concatenation, repetition, indexing, and slicing. Okay. First of all, let us check for the length operation. Already we have in our previous videos we have seen how to check the length of a particular value like string or anything else. Okay, so for that we use the len function. Okay, so here suppose you have this variable str1. Inside this str1 you have this string value high space python. Now let us, so this is a string value high python. Between high and python there is a space, and we are storing it inside the str1 variable. Okay, so use the print function, print len then str1, and let us see, it gives the output as 9. So len function is used to check the length. Len function is used to check the length, and here I'm applying the length, that is len function, on a string value. String value means it is stored inside this variable str1. So it will check for number of characters inside the string. How many number of characters? This is the first character, that is capital H. Small I is the second character. Space is the third character. Capital P is the fourth character. Y is the fifth character. T is sixth character. H is seventh character. O is eighth character. N is ninth character. So total number of characters that we have inside the string value is 9. And that's why in the output console we get the result as 9. Then the next operation, as I told you, is concatenation operation. Concatenation means joining. Concatenate means we have to join. Okay. So concatenation of strings. So as I've written here, what I've written here, here we can join two or more strings. Here we can join two or more strings by using the plus operator. Okay. So whenever we have to concatenate strings, two strings or three strings or say 10 number of strings we have to concatenate together, then we go for this plus operator. Okay, that means joining of strings. So suppose this is the outcome required, analytic nerd, and there should be no space. So let us try to concatenate it. So here we have analytic, then take nerd, and let us try to join these two string values. So print a plus b. So what I'm trying to do here, here I have this first string value, which is analytic, stored inside this variable a. Then I have this second string value, that is nerd, stored inside this variable b. So using this plus operator, I will try to join these two string values, that is analytic and nerd. So try to join analytic and nerd together. For joining, that is for concatenation, I use the plus operator. So print a plus b, and here we go. We have analytic nerd, and there is no space in between them. Now suppose I want analytic space nerd. I want analytic, then space, then nerd. So first of all, I have to take this word analytic and then join it with the space character, and then After that, we have to join with the nerd character, that is nerd value of string. Okay, so just copy these a and b values, a and b, place it here. Now print a, that means analytic. Then you have to join this. For joining, I have to use the plus operator. Join with what? Join with the space character. Okay, so inside these quotes you have to give the space. So here you have analytic, then thanks to this plus operator, it will be concatenated or joined with this space character. So you have till now analytic space. Then this entire thing will have to be concatenated with this nerd value. Nerd is nothing but string value. So again we have to concatenate. That is the you have to join. For that we use the plus operator, and then place here the variable b and run this cell, and here you go, analytic space nerd. Okay, so what is happening here? Analytic, it is then concatenated with the space. So analytic space here you have. Then this analytic space will be further concatenated thanks to this plus operator, which we use for joining or concatenation. Analytic space will be further concatenated with the value of b, which is nothing but a string value, which is nothing but your nerd. Okay, so analytic, then concatenated with space, and then analytic space together concatenated with nerd, and we get here in the output console analytic nerd. Okay, then the next operator is your repetition operator. That is repetition operation that we can perform on a string. So for repetition operation, repetition means repeating. Repetition means repeating. For that, we use this asterisk operator. Okay. So this asterisk operator is used for repetition operation of string. Okay. This asterisk operator is used for repetition operation of string. Now, if you come to this cell, this is the output requirement that I need in my output console. That is data, then data again, then data again. So how many number of times I have data here? Three number of times I have data here. Okay, so you have to repeat the data here three times. So no need to take data, no need to separately declare this data three times. You will have to use this repetition operator, that is this asterisk operator, which is used for repetition operation, and then print this data three times. So let us check this. You have this variable str1. Inside this I have this string value data. Now print it three times. Okay, so print str1 into 3, and here we go, data here is printed three times. So what's happening here? Str1, inside this we have the string value data, and data, after that it is being multiplied with 3. So data is being printed here three times. And please remember that is this multiplication, that is this asterisk operator, is used for repetition. Okay, so data, the word data is multiplied here three times, hence we get data three times, and this multiplication sign is nothing but your asterisk operator, which is used for repetition operation. Now now suppose my output requirement is this one, asterisks, all these asterisks, then data, then again the same number of asterisks. Okay, so what's happening here? This is this entire thing has to be printed. Okay, so this entire thing is nothing but your string. Entire thing is nothing but your string. Okay, this has to be printed in the output console. How many number of asterisks I have here? One, two, three, then four, then five. Five number of asterisks I have here. So these five asterisks, one asterisk value I take inside the string value, that is inside the quotes, repeat it five times. Then you'll have to concatenate it with this second string value, that is data. And then this entire thing, up to now we have got five asterisks then data, then this entire thing has to be concatenated, that is you have to use the plus operator, and concatenate with what? Concatenate with these five asterisks. So you take this asterisk, you take this asterisk in string format, and then multiply it with 5. Okay, so let us see once. Print, then inside the single quotes you take this asterisk. Now this asterisk will be treated as a string value. Okay, and now this asterisk, this string asterisk, has to be repeated how many number of times? Total it has to be there five number of times. This asterisk has to be there five number of times. So five number of times you have to repeat it. So that means you have to multiply it with 5. So now this string asterisk, it will be multiplied with 5, and we shall get this 5 number of asterisks. Okay. After that, you will have to concatenate. Concatenate means join. For that, we use the plus operator. Concatenate with what? Concatenate with this second string value, which is nothing but my data. So inside the quotes, place data. So till now we have got these 5 asterisks, then data. Then this entire thing has to be concatenated with these 5 asterisks. So for concatenation, that is for joining, we use the plus operator. Then we have to take the string format asterisk. So inside the single quotes, we place the asterisk. Inside the single quotes, we place the asterisk. Then multiply it. That is, use the asterisk operator, and you have to multiply it with the value 5, because the asterisk here has to be repeated 5 number of times: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this string value of asterisk will be repeated 5 number of times. So for repetition, I use this asterisk operator, which is used for multiplication. So this string value of asterisk, I'm multiplying with 5. So 5 number of times it shall be printed. So run this cell, and here we go. The required output has been printed: 5 number of asterisks, then data, then 5 number of asterisks again. Okay. Then the next operation that we perform on strings is this indexing. Very, very important. Indexing. First, let me run this cell. Yeah. Indexing, as we already have seen in our previous videos, that is index position. Indexing means you can access a particular character of a string value by using the index position. Okay, so for that the methodology is known as your indexing. Now under indexing you have two types of indexing. Under indexing you have two types of indexing. One is known as your positive indexing, that we go from left to right, and another type of indexing is your negative indexing, and for negative indexing we go from right to left. Okay. Now this is my string value. Now str1 is the variable. Inside this I store the string value. And what is this word? The string value, or what the word is, nothing but your coding. Okay. And please remember that in case of Python, the index position, as I already told you, that is indexing is two types. One is your positive indexing, and for that we go from left to right, and another one is your negative indexing, and for that we go from right to left. Okay, for that we go from right to left. Now when I'm going from left to right, then that is your positive indexing, and when I'm going from left to right, then the index position always starts with 0. Please remember that when I'm going from left to right, in case of positive indexing in Python, then the index position always starts with 0. So here the first character is capital C, and this capital C lies at what index position? It lies at index position number 0. Okay. Then the next character is this small o. This small o lies at this index position, that is 1. First, the capital C starts with index position 0. Then the next index position will be 1, at which we have this character o. Then the next index position will be definitely 2, and at index position number 2 we have this character d. Okay, so at index position number 2 we have this character d. Then the next index position number will be 3, and at index position number 3 I have this character I. So that's why I've written here that at index position number 3 I have this character I. Then the next index position number will be 4, and at fourth index position I have this character n. So you have this fourth index position at which I have this character n. And then at index position number 5, I have this character g. So that's why I've written here that is 5, which is the index position. At this index position 5, I have this character 5. Now this is positive indexing when I'm going from left to right. Okay. And when I go from right to left, then that will be your negative indexing. When I go from right to left, then that will be your negative indexing. Now please remember, in case of negative indexing, when I'm going from right to left, then the index position always starts with -1. Then after that -2, then -3, -4, -5, -6, like that, while approaching from right to left, and that is your in negative indexing. Okay. So negative indexing is when we are approaching from right to left, and in case of negative indexing, the first index position is always -1. And now see, now this coding, if you focus on this word coding, now I'm trying to go from right towards left. From right towards left means from small g to capital C. That is from right to left. Okay. Now, in case of negative indexing, which is going from right to left, then at first I have to start from the right side position. And here at the right side position, when I start my journey, then the index position that begins is nothing but your -1. So at -1, I have this character G. That's why I have written here -1, and at -1 index position, you have this character G. Then the next index position will be -2. As you're going from right to left, then minus, it starts with -1, then -2, then -3, then -4, dot dot dot, like that. Okay. So at index position number -2, here I have this character N. That's why I've written here at index position number -2, I have this character N. Then further, I'm going towards the next character while going from right to left. Here I have this character I. It lies at what index position number? It lies at -3 index position number. So here you have this -3 index position number, and at this we have this character I. Then the next index position number is -4, at which I have this character D. So at index position number -4, at index position number -4, I have this character D, as you can see here. Okay. Then further I'm approaching from right to left. So the next character that I encounter is this small o, and it lies at index position number -5. So that's why I've written here -5. And here you have this -5 is the next index position at which you have this character o. And then further going from right to left, the last character that I encounter is this capital C. And it lies at what index position number? It lies at index position number -6. So at index position number -6, I have this character capital C. Okay. So I hope this concept is clear. Now let us try these questions, like acquire the first character from the string. Acquire the first character from the string. What is the first character from the string? It is capital C. So let us try this. Print str1. Now I'm going for positive indexing. So for positive indexing, the index position that starts is always 0. Now this is the first index position, which is nothing but starts with 0 in case of Python, and here is where we have our first character, that is capital C, and this should be printed. So capital C is printed. This is positive indexing, and positive indexing always begins with 0th index position, at which we always have our first character or the first value. Okay, this is positive indexing. This is positive indexing. Now, if I want to go via negative indexing, then also we can do print str1. Now, for applying index position value, this is an index position value. Always you have to apply it within the square brackets. That's why I've applied the square brackets. This we have done in our previous classes also. So please check if you have not checked them out in the playlist of Python. Now, again, capital C has to be printed. Again, capital C has to be printed, but it has to be printed via your negative index. So it is very simple. What should I place here? As we can already see that at this particular character, capital C, it lies at what index position number? It lies at index position number -6 when we are going from right to left in case of negative indexing. Okay, this character capital C, it basically lies at what index position number? It lies at -6 index position number when we are going from right to left while approaching negative indexing. So here simply you will have to write -6 and run this cell, and we get C again. We get C again. Okay, so 2 times C here we get. So negative, positive indexing left to right, that starts with index position number 0 at which we have C. That's why 0. And if I want to go via negative indexing, that is right to left, then the last is nothing but your -6. The last index position is nothing but your -6 if if I'm going via the negative indexing, that is right to left. In both cases we get C. And then further via by using the length function, if I want to use the length function to print the character C, can I do that? Definitely I can do that. Let us see. Print str1, then square brackets, then use the length function, that is len for length function. Okay, and what do you place here? Length of this particular string, length of this particular string. Okay, now, if I run this cell, I get an index error. Why? Because you see, string index is out of range. You see, len function I'm applying on this str1 variable. Inside this str1 variable, I have this string value. So this len function will do what? It will calculate the length of the string. Length of the string means how many number of characters there are inside the string. How many number of characters we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total 6 number of characters we have inside the string. And if I want to check by going via the index position, then via the index position, if I want to go, that is via positive indexing, if I want to check the index position, then what is the last index position number? The last index position number is 5. Now len of str1, it shall give me what? It shall give me 6. If I write here print len of str1, it shall give me 6 number of characters are there. Okay, now if I go here, what will happen? That is, by commenting, I will tell you str1 6 len of str1, it will yield what value? It will yield value of 6. That's why here you will have str1 internally, str1, then square brackets. Inside the square brackets, you'll have 6, which is the output of this particular function len of str1, length of str1. str1 of 6. Now Python will go and check. Now Python will go and check that where is the sixth index position. Where is the sixth index position? It goes and check and sees that there is no sixth index position. The last index position number is nothing but your 5. We do not have here the sixth index position. We have maximum up to fifth index position, not sixth, but rather we have last up to the fifth index position. That's why we get here the error, that is, it is out of range. So what to do? Len of str1 -1 if I do. So what will happen? Len of str1, it shall return you what value? It shall return you 6. That is, the length of the string is 6. Total number of characters is 6. After that, outwards we have -1. So here we'll have 6 minus 1. 6 minus 1 is nothing but your 5. Now Python will internally check str1 5. str1 5. So it will go and check for the fifth index position. It will go and check for the fifth index position of this string. And at this fifth index position, what do we have? At this fifth index position, we have this character G, isn't it? This character G we have. Now if I print it, we do not get any error, but I get G. I get G here, isn't it? Do I want G? What is the question here? The question here is acquire the first character from the string. That is, you have to acquire capital C from the string. So via this, I cannot do this because len of str1 -1 will go for positive indexing. That is, it will go for left to right. And if I'm going from left to right, then I cannot get this capital C like that. Okay. So instead, what I can do, I can go in a smarter way. That is uh, print print str1, then square brackets. Apply this len function on str1, and just before len, you place this minus sign. Now what will happen? Now len of str1 shall return you what? Len of str1, that is length of the string, shall return you this particular value 6. It will return you 6. Len of str1, that is length of the string, will return you what value? It will return you 6. Total 6 number of characters are there inside the string. But before that, we have minus sign also. So here you will have minus. Okay. So minus 6 ultimately you have. So Python sees that, okay, the minus sixth index position, the minus sixth index position of this string has to be checked. So Python internally will go for negative indexing because of this minus sign. Minus, and after that you have this index position. So minus 6. So minus sixth index position. So Python understands that internally it will have to apply negative indexing. So that means it will have to go for right to left. And we all, so it will go from right to left: minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6. At minus 6 we have capital C. So this should be returned. Run it, and now here we go. So we used three separate methods. Positive indexing, we got the first character C. Then negative indexing, we got the first character C again. Then we use the length function. And we got the first character C again. Okay. Now the next question is acquire the last character from the string. Acquire the last character from the string. What is the last character from the string? It is small g. So let us see. Print str1, then square brackets, and set this directly. I can give 5. Okay. And you see here we get G. This is the last letter character, and here I'm using what? Simply 5 I'm using, and this is nothing but your positive indexing, that is going from left to right. Okay, so here I'm giving this index position number 5. So Python internally will go for positive indexing, that is from left to right: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, and at at 5, that is at fifth index position, I have this character G. Now let us try by negative indexing. So print str1, give square brackets. Now you see I want this last character. Last character is nothing but G, and it has to be printed. So last character, that is, if I go by the negative indexing, if I go via the negative indexing, then the last letter character always starts with -1. Here inside this you have coding. Okay, and the first letter character always starts with index position 0 if I'm going by if I'm going via positive indexing, and the last letter character is always at -1 when I'm going via negative indexing. Okay, so can I write here -1? If I write here -1, I will get G again, isn't it? Because now negative. Negative means Python will now go internally for negative indexing, that is from right to left. What is the index position number? It is 1. So altogether -1. So it will go and check for -1, and it will go for negative indexing, that is from right to left. And this is what it gets. Small g at index position number -1. So the last letter character will always lie at -1 index position when you're going from right to left. And the first letter character will always lie at index position number 0 when you're going from left to right. Okay. Now this we got via negative indexing. Now let us apply the length function here. So print str1, then inside the square brackets I apply this length function I will definitely apply on the str1 variable where I have the string value, and this will return you what? Ln of str1, that is length of this string, that is coding. It will return you the length of the string. Total number of characters, how much? 6. 6 minus 1 is 5, so it shall return you G again. This already we have checked here. What will happen internally? Internally str1, inside the square brackets we have this entire thing, ln of str1 minus 1. Now ln of str1 will give you the length of the string, which is nothing but total number of characters, that is your 6. Then you have -1. So 6 minus 1 is equals to 5. So ultimately, internally, Python will check for str1. Then inside the square brackets, you have 5. So it will go and check it. First of all, it is positive 5. So Python will internally go and apply the positive indexing, that is from left to right. And what is the index position number? It is 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And at index position number 5, we have small g, and that's what we get. Okay. Then the next question is fetch I from the string. you have this character I. Inside the string, you have this character I. You can fetch it from the string. How? Print str1. Now if I go if I go via the negative indexing, -1, -2, -3. So if I'm going via the negative indexing, that is from right to left, then this character I, it lies at what index position number? It lies at index position number -3. That's what I've written here, index position number -3. So simply you have to write -3, and here you go, you get your I character. Okay, I character. And this is through negative indexing. If you want to go through positive indexing, then print str1 and then give this 3, positive 3. Here Python says that okay, it is positive 3, so that means index position number is 3, it is positive, it has to apply positive indexing, that is from left to right. And from left to right, always the index position begins with 0. So 0, 1, okay, 0, then 1, then 2, then 3. And at third index position, we have this character I. Run it, and we get I again. Okay, so that's it for this class. If you have liked this, then please like, share, and subscribe. And press the bell icon for notifications. And if you have any doubts, you can leave them in the comments. I shall answer. So that's it for this class. Thank you.